Tonight, Cubans making sense of new guidelines as the Biden administration announced plans to reverse some Trump-era restrictions on the island. The changes are Biden's most significant diplomatic efforts towards Cuba, his first moves towards fulfilling his campaign promises on the issue. US commercial flights will again be allowed to land in airports outside the capital, Havana. A cap on the money families in the US can send back home has been lifted. And visa processing on the island, which had been suspended in recent years, is slowly being expanded. On the streets of Havana, Cubans reacting to the policy change.
Esto es lo mejor que ha pasado, que abran esta embajada aquí.
Ya muchas promesas se han dado anteriormente y seguimos en las mismas.
But the move has been met with harsh criticism in Washington.
You're seeing the beginning of a movement back towards Obama-era policies towards Cuba that were a massive failure.
And even from some in Biden's own party, including Senator Bob Menendez, the powerful chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, who said he was dismayed the changes allow travel akin to tourism in the communist-ruled country.
Most Democrats were very supportive of Obama's policy of normalizing relations, and there were a number of farm state Republicans who also supported it because it meant an expansion of trade with Cuba that would benefit their constituents.
President Biden was Obama's VP when the US normalized relations with its Cold War foe some 7 years ago. That rapprochement bulldozed by the Trump administration, which, citing Cuba's long history of human rights abuses, imposed over 200 sanctions on the island. Cuba's food and medical shortages from years of mismanagement under communist rule were amplified with new sanctions and the pandemic. The Biden administration insists these measures aim to support the Cuban people. But for those living on the island, the changes won't make life that much easier. While the cap on remittances has been lifted, how do families send that help? Prior to 2020, people used Western Union, but that's no longer an option, as Trump-era sanctions ban dealings with the one Cuban company that processes remittances. And the visas? While the embassy's consular office in Havana is now being restaffed, most Cubans will still have to fly to Guyana in South America just for a visa interview. Despite these limitations, the changes do represent a significant shift in policy, which may make life a touch less grinding.
This is a big improvement in U.S.-Cuban relations compared to the Trump administration and to the first 15 months of the Biden administration, where we were in a period of almost maximum hostility. These measures return us to a policy of engagement.
The move with Cuba comes at a time of strained relations with Latin America. In just a few weeks, President Biden is set to host the Summit of the Americas in Los Angeles, after he indicated that Cuba, Venezuela and Nicaragua would be banned from the event. Over a dozen leaders of Latin American and Caribbean countries have threatened to boycott the summit. Analysts say that yesterday's measures could be designed to placate them.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.